Hey guys, George here from Zero Period Productions, and today we're doing something a little different. We're going to be playing some Elder Scrolls Online, or more specifically, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Prologue quest that released for the upcoming Blackwood expansion. Prologue quests in ESO are free quests for all players that release before major expansions and zone DLCs, as a way to introduce the conflict and story of the upcoming content packs. It also acts as a way for players who are on the fence about the upcoming DLCs to see if it's something they might be interested, by getting a look at what the story will be about. So for example, today's video will be showing off the Blackwood Prologue for the Blackwood expansion itself, which comes out in June of this year. For more information on the expansion and this year of content, click the video in the upper right hand corner now. To get started on the quest, open up the Crown Store and go to Quest Starters, then Prologue's where you'll find the free quest. Simply take it and it will immediately be added to your quest log. One thing to note is that I am playing this on a character that has played through the base game and all of the DLCs, so there may be some mentions of previous events from some recurring characters. If you play this on a character that hasn't experienced any of those quests yet, you'll be meeting some of these characters for the very first time, which will be reflected in your dialogue with them. I received a letter from someone claiming to be the Dremora Lyrinth. She needs the help of a mortal to investigate the activity of a cult dedicated to Mehrunes Dagon, the Daedric Prince of Destruction and Ambition. The letter claims to be from a Dremora who calls herself... Oh. Wait. Did this just get through playtesting a little bit? I feel like they accidentally included a little bit of it twice. The fate of the world may depend on it. When I read the letter, it magically marked the location on my map. I should travel to this location and find Lyrinth. Go to the location marked on your map. That is gonna be... Oh, okay. Over in Shornhelm, in Rivenspire. So, out in Daggerfall Covenant territory. Normally, I play ESO in third person. I feel like today we might go first person just because it might look a little bit more dynamic just for recording purposes. And I might toggle off some of the UI elements as well. We'll see. I think we'll be swapping between third person and first person, so there are times where it's going to look better. We'll just swap between them as needed, I think. Araki Ruins discovered. This is something that already exists in the game. This is a ruin, a delve that already exists. It's just being reused for the Prologue quests. And the Prologue quests usually come with a mix of existing locations and new ones. Last year's Prologue for the upcoming expansion for Greymoor was incredible. It took you to Blackreach. It took you to part of the Blackreach as we know it from Skyrim, from the Elder Scrolls V, and it was really, really well done. This is my first time going into this. I did not play the Prologue when it was on the playtest server, so I'm going into this completely blind, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going on here. You're above me, so I got a little bit of walking to do. So if you have played ESO before, you might have noticed that my game looks a little bit different, both in terms of the UI and in terms of lighting. I do have add-ons to make my game look a little bit nicer, just in terms of the UI and different design aspects, and I also have a reshade installed.
Does a Dagon cult have in this place? Flee?
Do your worst, Dremora. I'll tell you nothing.
I'll squeeze the knowledge out of... Damn. I forgot how fragile mortals can be.
Please be gentle.
Ah, you have arrived. Excellent. I found you both mildly interesting and suitably helpful in the past. Let us endeavor to continue that streak. This Mehrunes Dagon cultist refused to answer my questions, and I may have insisted a bit too vigorously.
Man, mildly interesting and suitably helpful? That's as good as it gets. Why have you summoned me, Lyrinth?
Since last our paths crossed, I ran afoul of these Mehrunes Dagon followers. While I was investigating their activities, I ran into an obstacle. As much as it pains me to admit, but this requires a mortal's touch. I need your assistance.
And what kind of assistance are we talking about?
An Imperial cache hides behind that doorway. Unfortunately, the entrance has been warded to prevent entry by anyone, including those of the Daedric persuasion. I need you to shatter the ward and help me discover the cache's secret.
And how do I shatter the ward?
Take this amulet. I went to great trouble to acquire it. With it, you should be able to destroy the ward and open the way into the annex. We must reach the secrets inside before the Dagonists get to them. The fate of your world depends on it.
Well, if you're standing here, it is now your world as well. I'll try to shatter the ward.
The amulet should allow you to remove the ward so we may enter the Concealed Annex. I had it specifically constructed just for this purpose, but it will only function for a mortal. Hurry now. I haven't got all day.
What do you hope to find in the Concealed Annex?
I acquired a map from the Mehrunes Dagon cultists that indicates an Imperial cache is hidden inside. I want to reach that cache before they do, and find out what Emperor Levick thought was important enough to hide from mortals and Daedra alike.
Oh, there you go, the typical Elder Scrolls thing of like, oh boy, my character doesn't know anything, or if the player doesn't know anything. Who's Mehrunes Dagon? No, I don't need to get slapped immediately. You mentioned the fate of the world? Care to elaborate?
Don't the actions of the Daedric princes, when turned in this direction, always concern the fate of this particular ball of mud? The Longhouse emperors have protected a secret for 3 generations. A secret that involves Mehrunes Dagon.
And you think that secret is dangerous?
A secret guarded from mortals and Daedra alike that involves the Prince of Destruction? I do not think the threat could be any more clear if they painted us a picture. What form that threat will take, however, that is what I hope to ascertain.
Oh man, now I'm gonna get slapped anyway. Why do you care? I thought all Daedra were evil.
How remarkably narrow-minded you mortals can be.
A little racist.
What is your definition of evil? Do I care for the lives of mortals? No. Do you care for the lives of ants that crawl beneath your feet?
Of course I do.
Our interests are aligned at this time. That should suffice.
You know how strong ants are? I'm not gonna disrespect them. If the ward is in place, why are you concerned about the cultists reaching the cache first?
I saw the Dagonists use magic to temporarily disable the ward. Their power is limited, however, and the ward reasserted itself before I could follow them. Only power akin to the amulet can totally destroy the ward.
Where did you get the amulet you gave me?
Do you assume I am without resources? That I do not have connections in both the Mundus and throughout the plains of Oblivion? I have given you the amulet, and it will do its job. Nothing else matters, little mortal.
I'm not gonna ask this because she was very clear. Only a mortal could use it. She was very clear about this, so there's no reason to even ask. I'm just gonna get yelled at again.
The ward has fallen. Let us see what waits inside.
The one thing is you just have the other players.
Deal with them. I shall wait here.
You just have other players because, you know, it is an MMO, so it is a shared space. And since the Prologue quest just came out today, the day before this is going up, before this video is releasing, we are running into the thing of, yeah. We do have other players who are going through and completing the quest themselves. I also changed up my skills recently, so I'm still just getting used to them. We had a major update for ESO recently, and I had to change up my skills so that I could still do dungeons and everything. Vault schematics, architectural plans for some sort of arcane vault, presumably to hold something of immense power. Some of the animations just look really, really good in first person. Map of Grotwood. This map depicts the region of Grotwood and marks the location of an alien ruin. Oh, you interrupted me before I could get it. Man, how rude of you. How absolutely rude of you. Grotwood, so that's Valenwood. But it seems to be tied to alien structures in general. They're using alien structures to hide whatever it is that they don't want us to see. And the third and final clue, an Emperor's Scroll, a scroll bearing the seal of Emperor Levick. The scroll has been magically secured to prevent anyone from opening it and reading its contents. Well, that's 2 clues then, at least. A magic vault, and knowing that we need to go to Valenwood. That's some good progress, I think. Oh, and can you get your pet out of here? This is the terrible thing about the sorcerer in class, is the pets will interfere with being able to interact with things.
You destroyed the wards. I felt each one shatter in turn. Well done, little mortal. Now tell me, what did you find?
I found a scroll bearing the seal of Emperor Levick, schematics for a vault, and a map of Grotwood.
Let me see them. A collection of apparently mundane items, at least on the surface.
No, they're clues.
But look at this scroll. It not only bears the seal of the last Longhouse Emperor, it has been ensorcelled so that it cannot be unfurled or read. Interesting.
I've never heard that word said out loud. Now I know. Ensorcelled. That's an SAT word right there. What do you make of the schematics?
Architectural plans from the looks of it. And not the mundane engineering so common to your world. No. These plans include powerful Daedric elements. Some sort of vault, obviously. Strengthened and enhanced by a complex arcane matrix. Intriguing.
And what do you think the map signifies?
It marks a location in Grotwood. Ne Salas. Another ruin. And perhaps another annex. I'll open a portal to take you there. Keep the amulet. It retains power enough to deal with a few more wards. While you search, I shall try to read the scroll. This portal will take you to Ne Salas. Raid the caches while I deal with the ensorcelled scroll.
It's very, very convenient.
Trust me, Thaindil. Magical transport is the only way this many Redguard could have appeared here so suddenly. We need to cut them off before an entire army is on our doorstep.
For anyone unfamiliar, each delve does contain its own quest, so the quest markers you're seeing aren't pertaining to the prologue quest, it's just the original base game quests. A lot of which I haven't done because there's a lot. There's a lot of base game content, there's a lot of vanilla content that I still just have not gotten to by sheer virtue of how much there is.
One more step and you get narrow in the knee. Hey, you don't look like a cultist.
I'm not, thank you for noticing. Hello, Evely.
You're not a Covenant soldier or one of those damn cultists. You're... you. By Barsrog's chilly nethers, am I glad to see you?
Ugh.
Between the soldiers and the cultists, this is almost as bad as that business in Orsinium. But what are you doing here?
I'm looking for Imperial caches in a hidden annex chamber.
Imperial caches? What a coincidence! That's exactly what brought me here. But then I ran into this band of wood elves. They're under assault by Covenant soldiers and a group of insane Daedric cultists.
You don't
It's
say.
just like an investigative Vale story.
You don't say. Daedric cultists, huh? I'm trying to get to the cache before the cultists find it.
The cultists are after the cache too? That explains a lot. Their leader is someone called Doombringer Eshel, and he's got some kind of scholar lady following him around like a sad puppy.
Do you know where the cache is located?
Farther in, I'm guessing. The cult leader paid off the soldiers, and they let him and his followers wander through. If you can clear a path, I'll get these wood elves out of here and then follow after you. We can meet up when you find the cultists.
Why are you after the Imperial cache?
I found a journal in Blackdrake Villa, a hidden refuge of the Longhouse Emperors. It was in some kind of code, so it took me a while to figure out what it said. Well, actually, I had someone decipher it for me.
What did the journal say?
Even deciphered, the journal didn't make much sense. Emperor Levick wrote it. Lots of crazy talk about annexes around Tamriel where he hid caches related to something he called the Emperor's Secret. I decided to investigate, so here I am.
Ooh, who are you again? She remembers you and you're just like, I don't know who you are, but I've also met thousands of people in my lifetime. What can you tell me about Doombringer Eshel?
Not much. I heard a few of the cultists mention his name. Said it with a mixture of awe and respect. I think they're afraid of him. I noticed that the woman scholar stayed close to the leader's side. She was explaining the history of this place. Once I get these wood elves out of here, I'll catch up with you.
Oh man. I am part of the Daggerfall Covenant. On this character, I am with the Daggerfall Covenant, so here I am. Just technically killing my own allies. They don't really know it. They don't know it, but I feel a little bad. Here it is, another
The cultists.
bookshelf, huh?
They destroyed the ward and marched right in.
Wait, who said that? Oh, you there. Hi.
This whole situation, it's gone roots up faster than a Nord eats pie.
Oh, I do like pie. I'm not a Nord, but I do like pie. What happened to you?
We were trying to get back to the others, avoiding the soldiers as best we could. But we ran right into the cultists. They wounded me, but I played dead. Watched the scholar lady work her magic and break the ward. They hid it inside, and...
Take your time. Then what happened?
a wood elf slipped out of the shadows. But not one of my mates. Said her name was Everly Sharp Arrow. She made sure I wasn't bleeding too badly, and went in after the cultists.
Are you gonna be alright?
Don't shake any branches on my account. I just need a moment, and then I'll sneak out of this place. Can't say the same about my mates, though. But if you plan to help Everly and do something about those cultists, you better get a move on.
Hey, over here! You need to see this!
Oh, you got in here already. I do love my torch. I love my treasure hunter personality, which gives me the torch and everything and the idle animations you're seeing.
What took you so long? Never mind, never mind. Look down there. That's the cult leader and the scholar lady I told you about. And that must be the Imperial cache.
How did you get down here so quickly?
What can I say? I'm as fast as a leaf on the wind and silent as a shadow. I suggest we take different paths to that chamber, just in case. I'll meet you down there. Last one to put an arrow in the cultist is a sour gore apple.
That journal that led you here, did it happen to mention anything about the fate of the world?
That's an odd question. I was hired to find another book at Blackdrake Villa and came across the journal. I was curious and I had some time, so I had the journal deciphered. Turned out to be a lot of ramblings. Emperor Levick was either crazy
Or...
desperate. The coded message had that sort of air about it. But yes, he alluded to some end-of-the-world level stuff along with the rest of his crazy. I came here to see if there was any truth to the danger, to go along with his obvious delusions.
Oh. Hello, everyone. It's nice to see you. Oh, this is pretty. I mentioned earlier I have a reshade on, so this is with the reshade on. That's with the reshade off. And I know it's not a huge difference necessarily, but I feel like you get a little bit more of the warm colors to pop, a little bit more of the cooler colors to pop. It just adds a little bit more saturation, which I feel is really, really nice.
Perhaps divination provide insight.
I also
From
could...
the sides!
I could be killing them a little bit faster, but I need to level some of these skills as it is, so I'm just kind of relearning everything right now. Because I have not played on this character much lately. I've been using some other characters for the past few months. If not longer at this point.
This ward, it appears to require a special key. Disastrix Maglagor. Deal with the interlopers.
Well, he doesn't seem to mind me just yet.
Let
What if I maul him?
You fool!
What if I just maul him with my bear? Oh, I'm getting help from this person. Well, I'm also helping them because they're not helping me. It's that we're both just doing this stage of the quest.
Eat arrows, creepy cult lady.
Oh, nice! Thank you for the assist. Well, there goes the
My
pedagogue.
arrows always strike true. Can you open that Imperial cache?
Think so.
Hang on, let me try.
But I have the amulet.
Hey, that actually worked. Look out, Daedra!
Wait, where?
Lower your weapon, elf. I'll confer with the other mortal after
Oh,
we search the
okay.
cache.
Oh, you guys haven't met yet. I didn't think about that. I hadn't thought about that. Encoded Imperial Scroll. The scroll bears the mark of Emperor Levick and appears to be written in a strange language or code. And his signet ring.
What did you find? Anything interesting in there? Well, what was inside the cache? Have we finally discovered the secret of the Longhouse Emperors?
No secrets, at least none that I could tell. Just a signet ring and a scroll written in code.
Let me take a look. Yeah, that's a code, all right. Imperial.
Thank you.
Just like in the journal I found at Blackdrake Villa. I know someone who can decipher this. He helped me with the journal. I'm sure I can get him to translate this scroll, too.
Where can we find this contact, viewers?
Not far from here, just outside Eldenroot. Just look for the camp with all the books in it. I'll meet you there.
Tell me more about this contact, viewers, that can break Imperial codes.
Let's just say I've known him for a very long time, and I trust him with my life. Like I said, he translated the journal I found. The one written by Emperor Levick that led me here. Tell me why we should trust that Daedra lady, though.
Because you know me. You trust me. We can depend on Lyrinth to a point.
Well, after everything we went through in Orsinium, I suppose that's not too much to ask. If you think the Daedra lady can help us, that's good enough for me. I'm going to keep an eye on her, though. You can't count your seeds before they sprout.
I mean, you can count the seeds, just don't count them as sprouts. You mean like, I have this many seeds, but don't say I have this many sprouts. Right?
Now that you've satisfied the Wood Elf's curiosity, it's time to satisfy mine. Show me what the cache contained, little mortal.
I mean, you were standing 2 feet from us. You could overhear us. I found Emperor Levick's signet ring in a scroll written in an Imperial code.
We already knew this concerned Emperor Levick, and I cannot read those coded words. As much as this mystery intrigues me, it has also begun to bore me.
Oh.
If we don't solve some piece of the puzzle soon, I may just look elsewhere for entertainment.
You would leave us to deal with this on our own, even though the fate of the world may be at stake?
The fate of your world, little mortal, not mine. But do not fear. The mortal realm has always amused me. I will aid you as I can, provided such efforts continue to benefit me as well. Alas, I cannot help decipher the Emperor's code.
Evelyn knows someone in Eldenroot who can decipher the code.
So, The wood elf is useful after all. Interesting. I will open a portal to this Elden route to expedite your journey. When the opportunity presents itself, ask the wood elf how she was able to break that ward. I sense something powerful.
I'll ask. Were you able to open the ensorcelled scroll we found at the other annex?
Not yet.
Ensorcelled.
But I have
Sorry.
my finest Banekin working on it, even as we speak. Go, little mortal. Solve the mysteries before you while I ponder the various clues we've pulled together. I will find you when one of us has something new to report. This portal shall take you to Elden Root. Do not dally. I sense there's more to this mystery than the politics of emperors.
Dead emperors, too. Oh boy, look at all... Look at all the winged
Friend,
twilights.
Meet Baragon. Baragon, this is my friend. We've got a scroll to show you.
Look at everyone who's here.
Evely says you have something for me to look at.
Yes, but it's written in code. Can you decipher it?
Let me take a look. Imperial, all right. Specifically, this is Emperor Leovik's personal code. Luckily, I know it well. Unfortunately, I don't have Leovik's signet ring. Without that, I can't decipher the code.
Here, we found this ring alongside the scroll.
You have a signet ring? Why, yes, this does appear to be Emperor Leovik's. At least it's one of them. He certainly loved his jewelry. So first that journal that Evely brought me, and now this. What have you and my sister gotten into this time?
Oh, your sister?
My younger sister, yes. I used to regale her with stories of my adventures, back before I became a scribe in Emperor Morikar's court. I worked for both him and his son Leovick. Evely says I sling words the way she looses arrows, fast and on target.
You were an adventurer and a scribe?
Technically, I was an adventurer, then a scribe. Turned out I preferred ink and parchment to danger and daring do. Unfortunately, I think I put the wrong ideas into little Evely's head. Anyway, the scroll's over there. Deciphered and everything.
She never mentioned she had a brother before.
Really? She's told me all about you.
Oh.
You were all over her letters from Orsinium. And when she got back, she rarely said 5 words that didn't include some anecdote of your time together. You really made an impression. Nice to finally meet you.
Wow, imagine if I had said, "Who are you again?" to her. That would have been really, really hurtful then. Ouch. The words of Emperor Leovick, written in Imperial Code in the Second Era, year 577, and deciphered by Baragon in the current year. The traitor Varen marches ever closer. The rebel, the would-be usurper. I must complete this document and send it with all due haste to one of my hidden Imperial caches. The secret, started by my grandfather and passed on to me by my father, must not die with me. It is imperative that the 4 ambitions come to fruition, that everything is ready when the time is right. Promises were made, bargains set in blood and stone, and the Prince of Destruction does not accept failure, not in matters such as this. My steward, Pharaoh Lupus, he has raised me, served me, taught me, indulged me. Now he acts as my confessor as well, hearing every detail of the plan and the secret. He knows the locations where the 4 ambitions have been moved to, he knows where to find the book, and he knows everyone has been involved in one aspect of the plan or another. He may not understand everything I told him, but he will remember. He literally knows where every part of the secret has been buried. If I cannot stop Varen the betrayer, if I cannot restore order to my empire, then those who remain must carry on. Between your devoted walking flame and the knowledge I have passed on to Steward Lupus, you have everything you need to make our 4 ambitions a reality. Do not fail me. Do not fail Mehrunes Dagon. If only I could see right now.
Well, what did the scroll say? Do we finally know the Emperor's secret?
Here, it talks about secrets, ambitions, and the Emperor's steward. Someone named Pharaoh Lupus.
Pharaoh Lupus? He hired me to investigate Black Drake Villa.
Oh!
But why is the word ambitions capitalized?
He was the
It
client.
must mean something special. Thanks for helping me. Here, Take part of what Lupus already paid me. There's more if you come with me to Riften. The deciphered document. It mentions the person who hired me, Farrell Lupus. Could he really be Emperor Levick's steward? I guess it's possible. Anyway, I'm supposed to bring this book I recovered to him. Well, to his contact in Riften, anyway.
Well, tell me more about the book.
Farrell Lupus sent me to retrieve the book from Blackdrake Villa, one of the Longhouse Emperor's hidden retreats. I found it and a journal, the one that led me to Nasalis. It's a strange old tome. I can't read any of the words, if they are words.
Oh, I think I know what it is. What do you mean you can't read it?
It's written in a language I've never seen before.
I think I know.
Looking at the pages makes my eyes hurt, and just carrying it around, it's kind of uncomfortable. Will you come with me to Riften? I want to deliver the book and be done with this business.
I'll come with you, but it's gonna be the Mysterium Xarxes. We're gonna be handing them the Mysterium Xarxes. Just watch.
I never actually met with Farrell Lupus directly. Everything was done through an intermediary, a mage named Renna. We can find her at the Mages Guild Hall in Riften. My brother has a cart we can use to make the journey, or I can just meet you there.
Tell me more about the book you were sent to retrieve from Blackdrake Villa.
Neither Farrell's letters nor my discussion with Renna provided much information. They told me where to look and gave me a map. It had a description of the book written in the corner. I've been carrying it around for a while now. It's difficult.
Difficult how?
It's hard to describe. It's like carrying a weight, but not like a heavy pack or anything. More like a burden, a constant worry that never subsides. I've also had dreams lately.
Yep.
Bad ones. But I don't want to talk about them. Not yet.
Yep, this is just describing the teaser trailer we had for Blackwood, which shows her with the Mysterium Xarxes and having a bad dream and see Mehrunes Dagon. So yep, Mysterium Xarxes. Why didn't you deliver the book as soon as you retrieved it?
Those feelings weren't there at the beginning. Plus, I found that journal. I took it to my brother to decipher. By then, I realized the Longhouse Emperors were hiding something. I wanted to know more. So, I went to Nasalis, met you, and here we are.
Did you show your brother the book? Maybe he can translate it.
Yeah, I thought of that. He took one look at the thing and handed it right back to me. Said it wasn't any language he ever saw and wanted nothing to do with it. Some brother, right?
What else do you know about Farrell Lupus?
Before we found the document my brother deciphered for us, I assumed he was a scholar or a book collector or something. I had no idea he was the steward of the last Longhouse Emperor. We never met, just exchanged letters until he sent me to Renna.
And what should I know about Renna?
Renna's some kind of mage. She gave me the final instructions for my mission to the villa and handed over the gold. Well, the first payment. I'm promised more when I deliver the book. Don't worry, I'll make sure you get a fair share of the reward.
I don't know why they put on so much emphasis about the brother. It's like, yeah, you didn't mention you had a brother. We were busy helping Orsinium. We were busy raiding Blackdrake Villa. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Alright, I'm just gonna take the cart. I like it, there's no horse here, so it's like, oh yeah, her brother's just gonna pull us all the way there.
Hey friend, over here! You made it! I'm glad you're here. I wasn't looking forward to facing Renna alone. Not after what we found out.
Are you sure she's here?
Yeah, I spotted her in the main hall. Look, I've been thinking. Since Farrell Lupus and Renna weren't totally honest with me, I might as well use an intermediary of my own. Plus, something's not right about all this. Will you talk to Renna for me?
I'll go talk to her, but what do you mean that something's not right?
I'm not sure, but I want to keep watch. I've had the feeling that someone's been following me since I arrived in Riften. I might be acting like a cracked acorn, but better safe than sorry, right?
Yeah. Excuse me, everyone. Excuse me.
Yes? Is there something I can help you with?
I represent Evely Sharparrow. She wants to turn over the item you sent her to recover.
Evely? She found Farrell's book? Oh, that's wonderful news. But why is Evely standing way over there? And why are you talking to me instead of her?
Don't worry about it.
What's this all about, stranger?
Don't worry about it. When Evely found out that you hadn't been completely honest with her, she decided to be cautious.
Not completely honest. Just what are you implying? Is Evely attempting to change the terms of our deal? Farrell offered a fair price for what he asked her to do.
We know that Farrell Lupus was Emperor Leovick's steward.
Quiet. If certain ears heard those words, our lives wouldn't be worth a hawker's blister. I suppose it's time for Evely to meet Farrell. We have a house here in Riften, around the corner from the bank. Just knock 2 times or he won't respond.
Alright. Still don't entirely trust the situation. Oh, look! They added the animation and everything!
Good. Hurry, let's get inside.
Hey, whoa, 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 don't you open that door, I'm busy opening it. Stop opening it, I'm opening it! Oh, and he's dead. Everyone move, please. Oh boy. I know that hand.
Farrell? Oh, no, no, no!
I know
Renna.
that hand.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, Farrell! I told him to forget about the past, but did he listen? No!
He was murdered! Does this have something to do with Emperor Leovick's secret?
You know about that? Maybe. Probably. Farrell never told me a lot about his time serving the Emperor, but I knew it was on his mind recently. That's why he hired Evely. He said he wanted to make things right.
So who do you think killed him? I found this sheet of paper on his body. Also, on this character, I have completed the Dark Brotherhood questline, so I should notice it immediately.
A sheet of... Oh, gods. That's a sign of the Dark Brotherhood. They assassinated my poor Farrell, and all because of something that should have stayed buried with the damn Longhouse Emperors.
So in other words, he shouldn't be digging up the past. Tell us what you know about this secret. Everything we found so far has led us here.
Then I guess you've reached a dead end. Farrell never told me much, just that he needed the book he sent Evely to find. That he had to correct a terrible mistake. He also mentioned that Leovick told him things, but he never got into specifics.
I'm sorry that Farrell was killed. But what should Evely do with the book he sent her to find?
I don't care about the book. I want nothing to do with it. If the Dark Brotherhood thinks I know anything, they'll come after me. And you as well. You should forget about Farrell and Leovick and that book. Forget about them and go far, far away.
You said Leovick told Farrell, but you don't know specifics. Anything you can remember may help.
You know, things. State secrets, I suppose. Hidden dreams, wild desires. Farrell helped raise the Emperor. They were close. Or as close as the most powerful man in the world and his steward can be. Once, Farrell mentioned another secret.
Did it have to do with something called the 4 Ambitions?
Ambitions? No, I don't recall any mention of that. Farrell didn't say much, just referred to something as the secret of the Longhouse Emperors. I got the feeling it had something to do with Daedra worship, and some sort of weapons. That's all I know.
Come on, let's talk outside. I'll meet you out back under the dock.
I just want to see this book. Show me the book. I already know what it is. I just want to see it. I want this confirmation for myself. Also, if I could get the Mysterium Xerxes as an item for my house and just, like, throw that on a bookshelf, that would make me happy. That I'd be okay with. Don't worry, I didn't hurt myself at all.
What do you think? Did the Dark Brotherhood really assassinate Farrell Lupus? Is this book he sent me to retrieve really that important? I'm not sure what we should do next, so if you have any ideas, I can't wait to hear them.
Well, we have a strange book, a secret that may contain the fate of the world, and a murdered steward.
That about sums it up. Plus the dreams I've been having. Ever since I found that book, I've been having the most strange and disturbing dreams.
What kind of dreams?
Nothing specific. I'm always someplace. A forest, a town. Then the ground starts to shake or fire erupts all around me. Once the place was flooded by a deluge of water. And there are always 4 animals watching from a nearby hill.
What kind of animals?
A huge boar, a fox, and a pair of identical rams. Weird, huh? You know, I'm attributing the dreams to the book, but it could be something I ate. My diet has been all over the place these past few weeks.
I mean, 4 animals, 4 ambitions. It's gonna be a connection there. Oh, it's gonna be the animals, the symbols, the insignias of each group or family or noble house involved in this. That's interesting, but it doesn't really help us at the moment.
Oh, great. The scary Daedra lady is back.
Well, she's being
Flattery
blocked.
and cuteness will get you
Get out of here.
nowhere, elf.
Get away from me.
Come, little mortal. I have information. Say thank you, little mortal.
Thank you, little
I
mortal.
have read the ensorcelled scroll, and I know where we need to go next on our quest to learn Levick's secret. Unless, that is, you and the elf discovered something in the coded documents.
The coded message led us to Levick's steward, but he was murdered by the Dark Brotherhood.
The assassins who follow Mephala? Or are they the ones who serve the Void?
Void.
No matter. My information actually concerns the secret we seek to uncover. According to the ensorcelled scroll, there is another cache annex beneath the Imperial City.
There's something beneath the Imperial City?
Yes, hidden in the Imperial Sewers. I will open a portal that will get you close to the annex, but you will need to deal with the wards. For all their reverence of the Daedra, these Longhouse emperors certainly went out of their way to keep us out.
Alright, let's go see what's waiting for us in the Imperial Sewers.
Oh, not me, little mortal. I have no intention of slogging through the muck and the sludge when you are more than capable of handling that. I shall catch up to you after you have dealt with the wards. Go on now, and take the wood elf with you.
I just realized your outfit changed. Was that intentional? Okay. Wait, where's the portal? There it is.
Another portal? Don't Daedra have flying horses or something? So these are the Imperial Sewers. Fancy.
It is kind of nice to be here without being in the normal Imperial Sewers, because in ESO, the Imperial City and everything that is involved in it is part of a PvP-based zone, and I am not a PvP person. So it's kind of nice to be here and not have to worry about other players just running up and immediately ganking me, frankly.
Looks like the Order of the Waking Flame got here first. Damn!
They're always one step ahead. Probably because they know what they're looking for. Probably because they know what the ambitions are and we don't.
The ward's down. The cultists must be inside.
Search for clues to
Go
Levick's
slow.
secret.
Let's not alert the cultists until absolutely necessary.
Okay. I don't know if I have any invisibility
Look,
potions on this
a
character.
cache, and it's still warded.
Also, because all the other people are here, they're just gonna kill everyone before I even have to, so I could just continue to sneak. I don't need to kill anyone if I don't want to. What a glorious day! As my prince commanded, I allied myself with a Reachman Durkarak, also known as the Black Drake. Oh, and brokered a deal that will see the powerful barbarian crowned emperor and placed upon the Ruby Throne. Now begins the true work, the endless preparations, the rituals, everything that must be done to make ready for the four ambitions of Mehrunes Dagon. We will perform our tasks and wait for the day when the final part of the arrangement is carried out, and Mehrunes Dagon will claim his due. All praise the Prince of Destruction, all praise the Prince of Change.
The Longhouse Emperors really did it. They made a deal with Mehrunes Dagon.
A lot of people do. This is not the first time. And it certainly won't be the last. Everyone always thinks, like, oh, well, if I work with the Daedra, they won't want to hurt me. The Daedra don't give a shit. The Journal of Emperor Levick. My father and my grandfather before me started all this, but I shall be the one to end it and reap the reward, if that bastard Varen doesn't show up and kill me first. My father had this annex built beneath the Imperial City to house the last of our secrets. A safe haven for others to find so they can carry out the work. If worse comes to worse, you understand. Here are all the people who have at least a part of the puzzle. Though only my steward and the leader of the Order of the Waking Flame know the entire truth, and even they aren't privy to the changes I needed to make as the forces of the traitor Varen drew near. The four ambitions aren't ready yet. If they were, I'd use them to destroy Varen and save my legacy. But the time of the ambitions is still a few years away. I have one last trick up my sleeve. I'll use the shrine in this annex, the one my father personally dedicated to Mehrunes Dagon, to appeal to the Prince of Destruction and seek his help again, as my grandfather did when he conquered the Empire. If I fail, and if I fall to the traitor Varen, then you, High Priest of the Order of the Waking Flame, you will have to deal with the others and determine where I moved the ambitions. I could not let them fall into Varen's hands. I'm reading here! Alright, we got counselors and the steward. Fine, I'm done reading. Are you happy? I'm done reading. Are you happy now? Don't worry, I'm fine. I'll survive this. Oh, he's actually a little stronger, and I need to eat my food. Not entirely stealthy. Mostly stealthy, but he respawned, so he tried to murder me.
Blood for Lord Dagon!
Less stealthy now. It's fine. They know we're here. It's fine. This document describes a ritual that must be performed at a dedicated shrine deeper inside this annex. If successful, the ritual will allow the performer of the ritual to communicate directly with Mehrunes Dagon. At least, that seems to be the general idea. Notes in the margins indicate that the ritual was inscribed by Eshel, Doombringer of the Order of the I keep on wanting to say Waking Flame.
The cult's trying to contact Mehrunes Dagon. Let's find that shrine.
If we're lucky, the shrine has terrible reception because of all the concrete.
Mehrunes Dagon, show me where to find your four ambitions.
Oh, shit.
Step through the portal and prove your worth.
Oh,
the Lord of Fire
shit.
and Flood.
That cracked acorn is stepping into Oblivion?
You honor me, Lord Dagon.
Oh my god, look at this.
Behind the statue, a portal. Come on.
I want to look at this for a second. This is beautiful. Okay, that's enough sightseeing. I should not have fallen down here. That's enough sightseeing. That's enough staring at the giant statue that looks beautiful. Oh, that's not just a portal. Oh, it's an Oblivion gate to the Deadlands. I told you get to go to new areas. I told you get to go to new zones and these things. Oh, I'm happy now. Oh, I'm excited now.
I don't believe it. Is this really Oblivion?
You better believe it. Yeah, I'm happy. I knew we were going to the Deadlands, either in the expansion and the Q4 DLC, but still, just look at this. You can see the towers.
Why do you think he named this place the Deadlands? Looks more like the really hot lands to me.
It can be both. It's not mutually exclusive, honestly. Yep, it's like I was talking about. Like last year we got to go to...
everything they requested.
Last year we got to go to Blackwood. Now, look at this.
Your acolyte, the leader of our order. He sent me to find the four ambitions, Lord Dagon.
Are we gonna get to see Mehrunes Dagon this time? Are we gonna see him in all his glory, in all his big, beefy glory, or no?
My arrows will make short work of the cultist. But I'm not too sure about Mehrunes Dagon.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna take him on today, unfortunately. Also, bold of you to think that we can take on a Daedric prince in his own realm, in his own plane of Oblivion. Like, the Daedra are immortal anyway. But yeah, let's try to kill him here. It's gonna go real well for us.
The leader of the Waking Flame sent me to finish what the Black Drake started.
I have invested a significant amount of effort into the four ambitions.
Oh, hi, I didn't even see you there.
The ambitions must be some sort of weapons. We can't let them fall into the hands of this cult.
Agreed. Although I have a feeling we're already too late.
And yet, the ambitions have been misplaced, and the bargain struck remains unfulfilled.
Then command me, Lord Dagon. I shall do whatever you ask.
Oh, here we go.
You want my ambitions? Then prove your worth and destroy the intruders.
Oh, I just saw how much health he has. It's not much.
Arise, Krasgoth! Destroy those who would defy Lord Dagon!
Okay, a little bit more health. Still not too bad. Which, I mean, that's the thing. All of this is meant to be relatively... not easy necessarily, but this isn't on the same level as dungeons, as trials, and all that. All this is meant to be much more doable for newer players, people who aren't necessarily doing higher level content.
You bested my follower, mortals. So I shall permit you to leave my realm with your lives. Step through the portal and be gone.
Show yourself, Daedra. Show yourself. I can take you on right now. Don't believe me? Do it. You won't. Or we can just go through the portal as I was told to do. I guess.
A portal from Oblivion? And you, little mortal, emerging with hardly a scratch? Come, tell me everything.
You know, just another normal day.
You never cease to intrigue me, little mortal. Is that the distinct scent of Mehrunes Dagon and the Deadlands that lingers about you like a cloud of flesh flies?
Maybe.
Never mind about that. Tell me what you learned and how you ended up in Dagon's realm.
The Waking Flame cultists were in the Annex when we arrived.
Yes. The Order of the Waking Flame has been particularly persistent in trying to run down this secret for themselves. Speaking of which, did you learn any more about Levick's secret?
I found a record of a bargain made between Durkarok and the Black Drake, and Mehrunes Dagon.
Interesting. I recall something about that. The mortal who went on to become the first of the Longhouse emperors attempted to make deals with a number of the Daedric princes, my own lord included. Any indication about the terms of this bargain?
Some sort of weapons, the 4 ambitions, and I found a list, people who apparently know the secret.
Well, little mortal, your course is clear. We have barely plumbed the depths of this mystery. You must find the people on this list and discover the truth of the 4 ambitions. Meanwhile, I have other avenues to explore.
And she's gone.
Now that the scary Daedra lady is gone, let's talk.
You got it.
That was kind of exciting. I've never been to any part of Oblivion before. A lot of it felt familiar, though, like places I've seen in my dreams lately. Anyway, thanks to everything we learned, I know exactly what needs to happen next.
What needs to happen next?
We need to find the people on that list. Warn them about the Dark Brotherhood. See what they can tell us about the ambitions. And what I should do with this book. Hey, thanks, by the way. I never got the rest of my pay, but I can spare this for now.
And we also unlock the Daedric Unwarding Amulet Memento, and I'll show that off in just a sec.
I'll start the search in Levick. That's where Chief Counselor Levick was, last I heard. Think he's helping to govern the city or something. Once I get the lay of the land, I'll send word to you. You know, in case you still want to help and all.
What do you know about Levick?
Not a lot, really. I've never been up in that area. As far as I know, it's an Imperial city on the Topal Bay. So far, it's been able to keep the Three Banners War mostly away from its borders. Or so the heralds have reported.
How will you convince Leviticus that he may be in danger?
I don't know. I usually just make things up along the way. I suppose I'll offer my assistance and see what happens. Once I make some contacts, I'll send word. If you're still interested in solving this mystery, you can meet me then.
Will you be already hanging on to that strange book?
I think so. This all started when Farrell Lupus sent me to find this book, and that put me on the trail of Emperor Levick's secret. Now we know that the secret concerns a deal made with Mehrunes Dagon and something called the 4 ambitions.
But we don't know any specifics.
Well, we know the Dark Brotherhood murdered Farrell Lupus, who turned out to be the Emperor's steward. And we know that the Waking Flame are Dagonists seeking the ambitions. In Levick's notes, the ambitions were described as some sort of weapons.
And Lyrinth believes that all of this concerns the fate of our world.
Yeah, not sure how I feel about the scary Daedra lady, but her ominous warning makes my leaves shudder. If Mehrunes Dagon has his sights set on Tamriel, we're in for all sorts of disasters. Whatever the Longhouse Emperor's promised, it can't be good.
Levick's notes also listed other people besides Farrell Lupus, who know about the secret.
Right. I'm not an expert on Imperial politics, but I recognize Leviticus's name. He was on the Elder Council before the Empire fell. I remember listening to a herald in Eldenroot. They brought news that Leviticus was alive and serving in Levick.
And that is that. And that is the free prologue quest for Blackwood, for the upcoming expansion for the Elder Scrolls Online, which releases later this year in June. Now, I want to see my memento. It was the Daedric Unwarding Amulet. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to assign that so we can get a better look at that. I'm going to put that on my quick slots real fast, just so we can see. Okay, yeah. The same basic animation and effect that you saw when we were using it on the chests earlier. Just a little fun thing that you get for completing the quest. Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I know this is something a little bit different, but I have had some people that have asked if I would do any sort of ESO playthrough style content on the channel. And this is kind of my way of dipping my toe in a little bit to see what the interest is, if there would be enough interest to do something like that. But I also hadn't had a chance to play the prologue yet, and I thought this could be a fun way to experience it for the first time. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think of this video. Let me know if you would want to see more ESO playthrough style content in the future, whether it be for the upcoming expansion, for the DLCs that are already out, for the base game itself. There's a lot of options. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.